G'day guys, welcome to video log episode 3 with JPS, and today we're going to discuss how to structure a diet break. So we're going to go through what a diet break is, when you should take a diet break, how to structure a diet break, and are they even necessary. So as some of you may or may not know, I recently went on a 14-day holiday to Bali with my family, and surprisingly I didn't gain any weight, and I probably got a little bit leaner, as you can see from the pre and post holiday photos that I posted. And I used some of the principles of having a diet break that we're going to discuss today to achieve this and help me with ultimately getting down a few more kilos by the end of my cut. So guys, we're going to get into the video log now. I hope you enjoy it, and let's do it. Okay guys, as you can see here, a comparison of me before the holiday and then after the holiday. So I did use the principles that we're going to talk about today to great effect, and let's start by talking about what a diet break actually is. So for those of you who are unaware, a diet break is a period of increased calorie intake as well as a decrease in your rigidity and the strictness within your diet for an extended period of time. So in contrast to cheat meals and a refeed, which could be 1 day, 2 days, or sometimes 3 days, a diet break is a much longer time out of a calorie deficit. And as the name suggests, this means that you should be either eating at maintenance calories or above maintenance calories. And in today's video, we're going to go through, you'll see on the visuals, just a day in my holiday and what a day looks like in terms of the food, what we did in terms of activities, training, and so forth. But back to what a diet break is, it's important to understand that when we diet for fat loss, our goal is fat loss, and any time that we spend outside of a calorie deficit means we're not making progress. So this is something that you must plan for and strategically implement into your diet. So when having a diet break for such a long period of time, we can really put back on a lot of the weight that we do lose. So it's important to minimize fat gain during your diet break, and therefore you should be eating at your new calorie maintenance and aiming to maintain your current body weight and body fat percentage, which is what I did to great success in the 2-week period I had away from tracking my calories. So the main purpose of a diet break is to give you a break from the diet, which improves your motivation and morale, as well as all the other psychological benefits in having more enjoyment and flexibility in food choices. And it's important to also remember that the longer you create a calorie deficit, like I said, the greater amount of fat you can lose. So mental burnout and non-compliance are the primary reasons most people fail to get seriously lean. So a diet break can help mitigate this and offer a great opportunity to prevent the likelihood of you cracking, so to speak. Now, the second reason a diet break serves a great purpose and is a fantastic tool for fat loss is that it can indeed reverse the adaptations that occur when dieting because of the time frame that you're eating at calorie maintenance. So extended periods of time do reverse the adaptations that occur when we diet, such as hunger, lethargy, decreased total daily energy expenditure, a reduction in performance in the gym, and potentially muscle loss. So by increasing our calories for more than 72 hours, energy availability increases, which in turn reverses the aforementioned adaptations. Now, this increase in energy availability, so basically you have more energy and calories left over after providing your body with the fuels it needs to perform basic functions such as breathing, supplying blood flow, and all the rest of it. You now decrease your hunger as a result of increasing leptin. So leptin is primarily a hormone that is regulating the fat cells in terms of how much food you're eating and how much body fat you're carrying. So by increasing our calories, we increase our leptin production, and Therefore, ghrelin, which is the hormone that works on an axis with leptin, decreases, so you feel less hungry. It also improves your thyroid. You will be more active because you won't be as lethargic anymore due to the increase in available energy and calories. And it'll also increase your glycogen stores, which can improve anabolic signaling as well as your performance in the gym. So this results in a much greater potential to retain lean muscle. And as most of you may know, when we diet for extended periods of time, the longer we diet, the harder we diet, the more chance we have of losing muscle. So diet breaks are fantastic in this regard, especially when you're dieting over extended periods. When to take a diet break. So if you're cutting for 6 weeks, you don't need a diet break. It's as simple as that. However, if you're in a contest prep and you're dieting for 6 to 12 months, or even a photo shoot, or you have a really long diet ahead of you and you're trying to get seriously lean, then incorporating deliberate periods of calorie maintenance as well as flexibility is beneficial for the longevity of your diet for the reasons we spoke about before. So, similarly, if you're dieting and have a holiday planned, like I did, there's no point in burdening yourself with the restrictiveness of a diet and ruining an opportunity to make some lifestyle gains. In the same token, a holiday isn't an excuse to blow out and isn't something I do condone or recommend, and something I continue to focus on when I'm away with my family, as I'm sure you can see by the footage in front of you, is doing activities, exploring, really enjoying the moment, walking more, and when it comes to training, having fun in the gym and just using that as an opportunity to try different things and to focus on effort more so than perfection. And I do like to enjoy local cuisines when I have a diet break or I'm on holidays, as you can see in these videos, but at the same time, I'm still conscious of my calories and making informed decisions because I am serious about my fat loss and don't want to lose the progress that I made prior to coming on the holiday. And I do this by exercising moderation with some simple dieting heuristics. So basically, little shortcuts to focus on each day to give some structure to my diet, such as eating protein in each meals and saving my carbs and fats for dinner, as well as eating vegetables and drinking plenty of water and liquids during the day. So let's talk about how to structure a diet break. You can see there my delicious cookie. I hope that doesn't distract you, and some frozen yogurt there. So let's first outline the 3 categories for a diet break, and this is determined by your level of seriousness. So the first is physique athletes in contest prep. The second is serious fat loss rabbits, and the third is those not so serious fat loss bunnies. So depending on your goals, you're going to fall in one of these 3 categories, and it's important to understand which category you fit in as to how to then structure and guide the principles and the protocols that you set up for your diet break. So for physique athletes in contest prep, so let's preface this and give it some context. If you are in contest prep, the seriousness of this and your goal requires such a level of commitment and discipline, as well as reduced flexibility, that your diet break is still going to need to be executed to near perfection as your diet otherwise would be in every other day. So what you're going to do if you're a contest prep athlete is you are going to increase your calories to your new maintenance, and that increase in calories is going to come from carbohydrates. Your goal is to maintain your body weight within 250 to 500 grams. Any more than this and you're probably gaining fat. Now, the duration of your diet break should be factored into the total time frame of your contest prep. If you're competing for a long duration, then you may have the ability to work in a 14-day diet break because you've got more time after that to lose any fat that you didn't lose during the diet break. Conversely, if you have a shorter contest prep, you may only want to have a diet break for between 3 to 5 days. Any less than this, and you're probably not going to see the benefits that we typically see in a diet break. And like I said, you want to still be weighing all your food and aiming to hit your calories within 50 to 100 calories either side. Macronutrients can have a little bit more flexibility, aiming for ranges of protein and carbs within 20 grams either side, and your fat within 10 grams either side. And in terms of your training, this is an opportunity to train that little bit harder because you've got more food and you can potentially hold on to a bit more muscle and, maintain that for as long as possible. Conversely, depending on how deep you are into the contest prep, if you're late in the latter stages of the prep, then deloading whilst you have a diet break may be really beneficial for eliminating fatigue and preparing you for the final leg of your contest prep. Now, the second category are people who are serious about getting lean. So if you're someone who doesn't want to compete, but you're quite serious about putting in the effort and you're happy to continue to do all the things you need to do to make progress, but you're starting to feel like you're burnt out and need that break in the rigidity and stringentness of the diet, then you can allow some more flexibility than contest prep athletes. It may not be necessary to weigh, measure, and track all foods, calories, and macros to the gram, but you definitely want to be tracking 80 to 90% of your food intake, aiming to hit within 100 to 200 calories. And again, you can have ranges with your protein and carbs of 30 to 50 either side of your protein and carbs, and 10 to 20 grams either side of your fat. During this period only, that is. And you do have the flexibility of eating out a little bit more in moderation to have a break from the structure and routine and mundane nature that comes with dieting. But it's important to continue to follow some structure and implement the behaviors that you've been practicing in your diet, and also continuing to train and improving your performance in the gym. And use the diet break, like I mentioned before, as either an opportunity to bust your ass and go a little bit harder, or to take a deload and have some fun in the gym. Now, if you are in the third category, which is the not so serious fat loss bunnies, then use your diet break as a time to practice reinforcing the habits and behaviors that you would otherwise need to maintain your goal physique. So I would recommend trying to slowly step away from tracking your calories and macros, maybe using a food journal or a hunger and satiety rating for the duration of your diet break. And again, like I did, implementing dietary heuristics such as protein at each meal, saving your carbs and fat for specific times of the day, and aiming to eat out, once or twice a week, making informed decisions. So like I mentioned, this is a really good time to focus on your habits and practice maintaining your body weight, which is just as important as losing weight. And for these people, because you're not being as accurate in your diet, it's a great opportunity to increase incidental exercise and simply move more, just to mitigate some of the potential fat gain because you aren't being so concise with your diet. Now, let's talk about diet breaks for holidays, which is what I did today. Now, why, you ask, did I not track my calories if I'm serious? Well, when you go on holidays, it should be a holiday, unless you're in a contest prep. And my diet break was during a holiday with no contest prep in the near future. So I didn't want to regress, but I still wanted to enjoy the time with my family. So balancing my goals with this situation was something that takes a lot of practice, self-reflection, and time to be able to master. It's not something that you can simply do overnight, and is something that I have been working towards for a very long time. And if you're less experienced, a much more structured approach than what I used may be required to maintain your body weight, because you simply don't have the food reward systems in place, the relationship with food and body, or the habits and behaviors that you need to be able to maintain your body weight with less structure. And it's important to make this distinction between a holiday and a diet break, and balancing your goals with your situation. So, are diet breaks necessary? Well, the truth is that any time that's spent out of a calorie deficit means you aren't burning fat, and this only extends the amount of time you need to diet to achieve your goals. So it's important to take this into consideration when you are planning a diet break. However, as mentioned, for the longevity of the diet, it is crucial and it's a great tool to use. So I hope you guys can see the value now in incorporating a diet break. It took me many years to see the value in diet breaks. As you can see, I use the diet break with great efficacy, in line with my goals, the seriousness of my goals, and it also fit within the time frame of my diet and holiday. I enjoyed a great time away with my family. I ate heaps of new foods that I wouldn't otherwise eat, and employed the habits and heuristics I mentioned earlier, such as protein, carbs, fats, incidental exercise, focusing on the activities, not the food, and training for effort and enjoyment. Guys, I hope this video was informative and you can use this information to better your diet, training, and physique. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, comment below, share with your friends, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. As always, Jacob.